Hi everybody in YouTube world, it's June, your Tarot Queen. I am doing an actual live Celtic cross reading for a friend of mine who is here, and she is going to pick out a deck from the ones I have spread out on the table. And she's going to point to the deck that she wants to use, and hopefully I don't get you guys off the thing, but trying to show you all the decks here. And there's some over there kind of towards her. But anyway, we're going to do a Celtic cross reading. And she's going to pick the deck that she wants to use. And this is how I do my private consultations, in case you guys want to know. So she's going to pick the deck. She's going to pick the deck she wants to use. But she's going to pick the deck that she wants to use, and she's going to shuffle it. And then we're going to go from there. So, okay, she's got her deck. So we are going to take all these decks off. Now, normally when I do a bigger throw, we're just, ooh, yeah, you needed a reading, girl. Maybe you picked the wrong deck. Anyway, we are going to, whoopsies. It's 78 card pickup right now. She's going to shuffle the deck any which way she can. I had a friend that used to throw them all up on the table and just shuffle them that way. But she's going to shuffle her deck. You guys will probably be able to hear it. And since it's a Celtic cross, we don't need the whole table. So we're going to move these over here. And you guys are going to get to see her cards. Now, she may or may not say something. Now, if I don't have her, she's going to shake her head and say, no, I don't have your pass. And then, so I don't have her. But I'm going to pick up these 78 cards that just fell on the floor. But she needs a reading. Good gracious. And she knocked over the Carnum deck. She really needs this shell. Oop. Don't be naive. Use your passion. Oop. My hair is everywhere. Oh my God. I need to clean this room. I'll have to count those and make sure I've got them all. Won't be tonight. Oh, I didn't get them all. There's one. Ooh, there's two more. You know Aries? An Aries type of guy. Birthday, March, April. Wow. They're coming in. It could be an Aries rising or something like that, you know. God, girl. Woman. You definitely needed a reading. And these cards are everywhere. Gracious. Oh, where's my hair? Picking up my hair too while I'm at it. Anyway, so you feel comfortable with that deck? Yep, okay. So we are going to put the cards or the camera down on the thing. And I just start from the top because she shuffled. Did you want me to cut them or anything? No, okay. So we'll just go straight up. And this is her as she sits before me. And it is a Hierophant. And I'm doing a basic Celtic cross. And this tells me, and it's upside down, so she's not real sure. This is my marriage, my religious card. If you'll notice, it has all kinds of religions up here. So this is how she is sitting in front of me. This is her right now, her feelings. And she's really not sure where she stands, religious-wise, spiritual-wise. She's kind of filling her oats a little bit, if that makes any sense at all. Kind of filling your oats, you're not sure, you're just like, well, some people say this is evil, some people say it's not, some people say it's a guide, some people say it's the gospel, but she's feeling her own way, which is a good thing. I think that religion was invented to control the masses anyway, so therefore I think that's a good thing. Now what's crossing her, and this is crossing her in a negative way, is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a Taurus type of temperament. And this tells me that when you get a little stubborn, or you get a little, pushy or impatient, that things don't work out so well. Like, you're impatient, you're demanding, you're determined, you're blah, blah, blah. And sometimes you gotta take a break. So that works against you. Now, if it were the other way, I was like, thumbs up, So that works against her. So that is crossing her in a negative manner. So she needs to try to be a little bit less stubborn. She's laughing. Anyway, her past. I see a lot of education in her past. This is a World card. A lot of people think that the World card means it's the end of the tarot deck. Yes, it's the last card of the tarot deck, but it doesn't necessarily mean the end of a cycle. It could talk about going back to school, and in her past, she was debating, do I go back to school? Do I do this? Do I do that? Do I learn different cultures? It's more about education than it is about an end of a cycle, if that makes sense to me. Does that make sense to you? Because you were debating a lot of things. There's a lot of things to learn out there. There's a lot of different cultures, a lot of different people, and there's a lot of things that you were debating on in your past when you were younger. Could have even been last week, but you were debating on what you wanted to do with your life, where you fit into the circle of life, basically. And it's more educational than it is, it's worldly, but it's more education, like different cultures, different way of doing things, different stuff, different fields you can go into. So that's what that card's about. It's a major arcana, and so was the first one, which was her gaining her spirituality. And this is what she wants. And it's the Knight of Cups. Like, she's, that's funny. And it goes up at the top there at the cross. She doesn't want to take action where her passions are concerned. She doesn't want to take action where her romantic feelings are concerned. She wants that to come to her. She doesn't want to do any of the chasing, which I don't blame her. My dad always said, you let them chase you till you catch them. So I get that. And and sometimes you get burnt quite a bit, and you're just like not there. You don't really even want to seek it. You're not seeking it. So she doesn't want to seek a romantic or a passionate anything at the moment, at the present time. Now, normally these two go hand in hand. And this is her reasoning behind this card. And this is below the cross, sort of the cross part. And it is the Three of Swords. It is reversed. So she when it came to the here and here, you know, she had feelings, and her, you know, everybody has feelings, but hers were pretty deep for a person. And I think it deterred her from sowing her oats back here. It deterred her. So she made the choice, correct choice. I say not, because it's reverse. And there was a matter of 3. Go to school, get married, don't go to school, figure out what you want to do. So there was a choice of 3. Well, she chose one, and that took her off her journey, I think. Did I get it? Did I get you past? Yay or nay?
I don't think so.
No? Well, then you need to shuffle again. I don't get your past?
Mm-mm. I don't got it.
You don't think I got your past?
No.
You didn't want to learn anything?
Not that
You didn't want to go to school? You didn't want
right.
Okay.
I had no distinct desire where I was headed.
So, see, that happens. If I don't get your pass, you either need to reshuffle, or we need to do it again. Or a different day. It might not be the day to do this. I don't know. But we'll see. If I don't get your pass, I don't got you. And that's what I tell everybody. If I don't get your pass, I don't got you. So therefore, you either need to reshuffle or pick a different deck or something. That doesn't happen often, so that's weird. So we're going to go again. But she had a lot of cards that fell out on the floor. I think you picked the wrong deck. Okay. 9 of Cups. Now, it says that she wasn't a wistful person. You know, she was... well, I know this person personally, so I know a little bit, but she wasn't very wistful. She was like, I'm not just going to wish upon a star and hope for the best of things to come. She wasn't wistful. She's still not wistful. She's very driven. So she doesn't rely on wishes, basically. Now this is crossing her in a good way. She does know when to let things go, and if it comes back, great. If it doesn't, that's okay with her. She's cool with that, which is a very good quality to have in an individual. So I feel like this is much better to you. I feel like it's much more you. And that might have been a deeper seated thing that happened before, but I don't know. But anyway, she's good at letting things go. Okay, if this ain't working, I'm going to release it. And if it comes back, great. If it doesn't, it wasn't meant to be. And that works for her in a positive way, letting things go. So that's cool. Now let's see what her past was. Not much of a partier in the past, which is surprising. Because most people are. But not much of a, or it could be too that you didn't have very many friends, you know, that you really trusted, that you really relied a lot on them. They could have been that, not necessarily the, hey, let's go out and get wild. But you just didn't have many people. And I always say this, if you can count your friends on one hand, you're lucky. Because some friends are just not true. And some friends are. And you had a few, but you didn't have many. I will say you didn't have, but if you had 3, you were lucky that you could count on. So she's got this Eight of Cups here, upside down, reverse. Let's see. Having a hard time walking away. Don't want to walk away, but want to walk away. It's like oh, that sweater hasn't fit me in 15 years, but I really like it. I'll get back into it, or I'll grow into it, or I'll do this, or I'll do that. So she's having a hard time, well, not necessarily a hard time walking away, but she wants to walk away from some things, but in the back of her mind, she really doesn't. She really wants what she really wants, but she wants to pretend like she wants to leave love behind, be her own, be in love with herself, which she should be in love with herself. However, you know, we're not made to be alone in this world. So I think she wants to walk away, but she doesn't want to walk away in the same token. So let's see what this card, oh, Two of Cups. That makes sense. And it's reversed as well. No, none of these are majors. So these are all minor arcanas, which means hidden arcana. This Two of Cups, I believe that she felt at a point in her life that a partnership was worth more than a friendship. And what I mean by that is she believed that, okay, you have a mate and they're supposed to be your mate. You know, they're supposed to be the one you confide in. And it's the Two of Cups. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But they're the one that's supposed to be the one you confide in. Not necessarily your friends. You're not supposed to tell your friends everything. Not supposed to tell anybody everything, in my opinion. But she believed that the relationship that she had was, I don't want to say more important than her friendships, but it was more important than her friendships. It was, to her, everything. Do I got you this time? Okay. That's good. All right, coming up. She's got the Ace of Pentacles, which is a money card or creative card. Creativity, money, time. It's anything of value, actually. And it's an ace. So this is something that she's wanting to bring back from, because it's reversed as well. And it's coming up. And we are in summertime. So I think this is here for her right now. So she's thinking about things that she used to love to do. And she's thinking about bringing something old of value to the forefront in a way to make herself more comfortable, not necessarily rich, but more valued, if that makes sense. So she's trying to bring herself into a more valuable place, because she is valuable. Everybody's valuable. But she had no idea way back when that she wanted to do. She didn't do it, but now she might have tried, but now she's trying to bring it back to the forefront to be of more value for herself and her life, which is cool. I think that's great. Awesome. In her ally position, this is her first major arcana. It is a hangman. It's in her ally position. The girl is not naive. She's been around the block. I won't say she'd go Detroit on anybody, but she could. Even though she's not from there. But anyway, she's not naive. She sees things that other people don't see. Like, intuitive. Yes, very, I think. But if it were straight up, I would say, girl, well, in your ally position, I would say, oh, girl, you naive, that works for you. You know, people flock to you because they think you're naive. And they're like, oh, I got to help this girl. Well, she ain't no damsel in distress, and she lets them know it right off the bat. So, in her ally position is she's perfectly capable of doing things on her own. She doesn't need, per se, anyone to help her. However, what you need and what you want are two different things. And sometimes you need 4 hands instead of just 2. So, but she realizes when she needs 4 hands instead of just 2. So she goes out and gets an extra pair of hands to help her out. So she is not naive to be as young as she is. She is not a naive individual. That's a major. It's awesome. I love it. It's in your ally position. Her enemy position, it's a minor. So her ally is stronger than her enemy. Her enemy, and this is a person, and sometimes people, they don't mean to get in your way, but they're in your way, even though they don't mean to be in your way. And the Queen of Swords is a Virgo. It's a Virgo type of person. Queen of Swords is a Virgo. So it's a Virgo type of person. Virgos are normally very good listeners, or normally very quiet. They're normally like, oh, okay. And how do you feel about that? They would make great psychologists, Virgos would. And sometimes, you know, they put the spin, and it could be you yourself. You put a spin in yourself. You could have a Virgo rising or sun or moon or whatever. And you could have some traits of other signs within your sign. So it could be yourself as well. But I don't think so. I'm not getting the feeling that this is you doing it to you. I feel like this is somebody else. You know, they're, I don't want to say they're needy, but they listen to you. They hear you. And they talk to you in the proper way, but I feel like they're holding you back from letting you think for yourself or do things for yourself, if that makes sense at all. It's not making sense to me because I don't know. But the cards are saying that this individual, they don't mean to be, but they are. They're holding you back from being the person that you can be, because it's not that they're trying to, but they say things and that makes you go, huh, didn't think about it like that. Or, huh, well, maybe I need to switch up. Or, huh, you know, but you're not naive. So you know, because you wouldn't accept somebody telling you what to do. You'd be like, no, I'm not doing that. But you will listen to somebody who speaks logically. So this person that's in your enemy position, I don't think they're doing it intentionally. I think you're listening too intently to this individual. And I think you need to kind of back off and, you know, think for yourself a little bit. I mean, it's good to get advice, as you're doing right now. Her in the future, I see the Ace of Wands, which is like, hey, I'm going after it. I've got a great idea. I've got a beautiful family. I'm going to do the best I can do with what I have to do with. And there's a lot of promise in an ace. There's a lot of promise. It's new. It's great. It's fresh. It's exciting. So I see an exciting opportunity and thing coming up for you in the future if you continue on the path you're on and listen to yourself more than you do others. But I see something new, bright, shiny, very I want to say it's really good. It's a really good idea. It's a really good, and this is also a family card, so it could be a very good addition to your family. And you weren't family with your husband till you married your husband, right? So people that you meet every day in your life and in the future. This is a springtime card, by the way. So I think by spring, this will be developing into something very beautiful. So just because you meet somebody doesn't, they can be your family member. They could be your soul family member, or they could be, your family in this lifetime. So I want to say that this person is going to be a big part of your life in the future. And it's going to be somebody new, not somebody old, not somebody you've known forever and ever and ever and a day. It's going to be something new, something different, something you haven't really done before. So it's going to be a new venture for you. And it's going to be very exciting and very fun. And for you, knowing you the way I know you, because you're a lot like me, that excites you. That's exciting. It's exciting for me. Why can't it be my reading? Anyway, her outcome card. Ooh, Harmony showed up. It's a rainbow. You're on the right path. And this is her outcome. And this is a 7 of Cups. It is reversed, which tells me that she's very realistic. Most people, well, I won't say that. A lot of people have a hard time with reality and fantasy. Fantasy is fantasy. Reality is reality. And you have to have a balance. You have to have a little bit of fantasy in there with your reality, right? You have to take a little bit of risk. If you don't take it a little bit of risk, you won't get nowhere, right? So she's calculated. And Harmony says, my daughter, my past daughter, she's here in the rainbow. Didn't come up often, but she's here. And she's saying she's on the right path. She's doing the right things. She's doing what she's supposed to be doing. And she's doing it realistically. She doesn't have a pie in the sky dream. She works for what she gets. And she knows you have to work for what you get. And she also knows that people are different, from one day to the next. You could have a bad day, and like today I had a bad day. I probably took it out on my daughter, but anyway, we all have bad days, and she's very realistic when it comes to that. And she can see, okay, you're having a bad day. Let's either talk about this tomorrow or whatever. So she's very realistic when it comes to that. Now, yes, she has a little bit of fantasy. She has wishes. Who doesn't? That, they want to fulfill, or dreams that they want to fulfill, whether they're realistic or not. So what? Who cares? But she is realistic. She knows what she can accomplish and what she can't. So that is her outcome on this particular reading. Now I'm going to ask her if she has a question, and she can write it down if she don't want to speak it. I have a pen and paper here somewhere if you have a question on any of this. I don't think so. No questions. Okay. So what I like to do, and I do this with all of my private consultations, and like I said, this is a basic Celtic cross. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have her take these cards back since she doesn't really have a question. I did get your past, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, and she only got really one major arcana card, and that was in her ally position. So that's really pretty cool. That doesn't happen often. I usually get a good mixture of majors and minors. So I'm going to give her the deck back and let her shuffle again. And then she will spread it across the table and she will pick the card that is most drawn to her. And I do this more for me than I do for the person that I'm reading for, because I want to make sure that I've told them everything I'm supposed to tell them. So that's why I do that. And sometimes the cards tell you things you need to know versus things you want to know. Okay, now, did you see, I wasn't really kind of paying attention, but did you see anything standing out to you?
I do.
Okay. Give it to me. All right. 7 of Wands. That's like, you gotta stand your ground, baby. Stand your ground. You know what you want. You know how you want it. You know what it needs to be. What you're looking for. And you need to stick to it. Do not back down. Do not let people convince you. You're not naive. Remember that card. That's your ally. You're not naive. Don't let people hold you back, because they will. Whether they mean to or they don't mean to, they'll hold you back. So stand your ground. Do not accept anything less than what you want. If they have one quality, like they squeeze the toothpaste in the middle, and you can't stand that, you just literally can't stand that, well, they're not the person for you. So, stand your ground. Accept no less than what you want. And that includes, like, your place of living, your dwelling, your political views, your whatever, your spirituality. Stand your ground. It's what you believe in that matters, not what somebody else believes in. If they believe in what you believe in, great, cool. If not, bye. Bye, Felipe. We're done. So, but that is a basic Celtic cross in the world of June's Tarot. So, thank you very much for letting me record this reading for you on camera. I appreciate it. If you guys want a private consultation by me, you can email me at junewagner633@yahoo.com. I will put it in the description. And if you have questions or you want to hit the live, that will be on the 30th of August, 3:30-ish. It's a Saturday, p.m. Eastern Time, United States Eastern Time. And anyway, that's when my live will be. Join me if you can. I'd love to see you there. And if you like what I do or appreciate what I do, please hit the like button and subscribe. Let's get to 2,500 so I can give away a quilt. But anyway, thank you very much for tuning in and watching the way I do a reading or one particular spread of a reading. And maybe I'll get her to come and do a bigger one later on. But anyway, till next time, you guys, stay mystical.